Perhaps I have a little bit of a larger chance of success with my second amendment. Before I go on, Chair, I've spoken to the leader of the council prior to this meeting, and we've agreed a slight change to the wording in my amendment. So if I may, where it reads, the reserve would allow for funding of the following activities, should read, this reserve could fund activities such as. Is that fair enough? So if I may, we have a fantastic opportunity for cross-party support.
Sorry, doesn't he have to propose it first and second?
Oh, beg your pardon, yes.
Point of order.
Emma, you're second.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. It's already been seconded in the papers when it was submitted and published on Wednesday lunchtime. It was seconded by me.
Amended been changed.
No, it's been altered, not amended. Under 16 point whatever in 16.7, it's an alteration of the motion, not an amendment, not an amendment.
It still has to be declared.
That's all great, sorry.
Okay.
Go.
We agree.
Hopefully the chances of success are not narrow. People, let's stick with this. We can do this. Okay. So, before us, we have a fantastic opportunity for cross-party support. Okay, we do. And I'm glad that many of us are very keen. I've spoken to the leader of the opposition, the leader of the council. I have spoken to the leader of the opposition as well, and we do have a chance here. I'm very passionate about this. Okay. In the big scheme of things, the amount of money we're talking about here is relatively small, but it is council taxpayers' money, as I believe it was your phrase as well, Councillor Ingram. We do need to make sure we spend it wisely, but I think this would be money well invested. With Science Alive going and Public Health England coming in the future, there is a gap there. There is a gap in the STEM learning provision in the town. And it's such a great town with such a great scientific history. We've only got to look at the name of the enterprise zone as it stands, the Charles Coe Science Park that we have. And we have to do our little bit to try and make sure that the next generation is inspired, that the next generation doesn't fall through the gap, and we can do our bit here. The funding that I'm proposing here will go towards providing fun activities, things that might engage the next Charles Coe, the next George Hockham, the next Rosalind Franklin. They might just walk amongst us. And so when they've all forgotten who those councillors were, when we're all pictures on walls somewhere, or do you remember that bloke who said that once, or that woman that said that? When we're all forgotten, those memories will live on in those children. And so that's something that you will have done, that's something we will have done. And as it says up there, in common endeavour, we can move forward and advance the cause of thinking and do something good here tonight. So I urge all of you and all of my side to support this amendment, and let's fund STEM learning for the next couple of years. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair. Science, technology and engineering and mathematics is fundamental to the growth of Harlow and going forward. We as a town have a very key place in the economy and where we are in the London Stansted-Cambridge corridor. We are a growth area, and everything we're looking forward to, everything exciting Harlow is based around medtech and lots of STEM areas. The loss of Science Alive is a big loss. What's really important, one of the biggest problems in Harlow is still that our residents earn on average less than the jobs in the town. We have high-skilled jobs in the town, and we don't access, and we can't always access them as our residents. It's one of the biggest things we need to address. I'm really pleased that some of the things, like a couple months ago, I went to the opening of Stansted Airport College that Harlow College are running, and some of the improvements around that, the BMAT STEM Academy that's based at Harlow College as well. We've got the enterprise zone. Public Health England is going to be a huge boost to Harlow and our jobs and our economy. But what's important is that we do make sure that everyone can access this. Since Science Alive did fold, we have been working with our partners to talk about how we can do this, talking about Public Health England, how we can go forward, talking about how we work with the partners in our enterprise zone and the businesses around that also would benefit from a skills gap to be worked at. Last year, Public Health England did a lot of work on Science Week when I went into Smart Call with them myself to meet some of the pupils and some of the fantastic work they're doing. It was amazing to see so many Harlow young people be inspired by science, and we need to do that. In fact, British Science Week is coming up on the 8th to 17th of March, so I hope that we can all get involved and plan that. So for a rare occasion on budget night, and in the spirit of cross-party cooperation on such an important issue that we can all agree on here, I'm happy to second this.
Thank you, Chair. This amendment has considerable merit. It's something we've discussed in Cabinet, as we'll all know here, and it's something that my portfolio holder for economic development has had extensive thoughts about. Harlow is positioning itself to be at the forefront of medtech research, advanced engineering. We want to be a forward-looking town, a town of the future with a real future. And for that, we want our residents to benefit. So they need to have the qualifications to be able to take advantage of all the new jobs that we're bringing to this town. And if we can encourage them to be excited by science, if we can encourage them to look higher in terms of their learning so that they can fill the skills gap that exists and they can fill these new jobs, well then that has to be a good thing. Tomorrow, during my period 5 lesson in Chelmsford, I will be teaching some Year 10s who certainly could have done with some excitement about science to engage them. I'll do my best. So, let me be brief. I think this is an amendment of considerable merit, and I'd like to accept it into a motion.
Councillor Johnson.
Thank you, Chair. As the original mover of this seconder of the amendment, and I understand what's gone on and fully accept it, I just wanted to say how totally important this is for our town. It was part of the budget amendment that we moved as a whole that's just been voted down, and I understand why. But I'm glad the administration sound like they're willing to accept and support this as a solo amendment, which is why we moved it. I know Councillor Perrin's done quite a bit of work outside with the officers talking about the details of this and what could be provided. And I'm sure the administration are having similar conversations. We thought it was a big enough issue that we wanted to bring it to budget night, where it could be discussed by everyone. I'm also really pleased actually that Councillor Perrin, when he was introducing this, mentioned not just male scientists, but mentioned my favourite scientist, who is actually who I voted for, put forward to be on a no. Less than 20% of STEM degrees go to females. It's a very male-dominated world. And the fact that Rosalind wasn't able to receive a Nobel Prize for her work on X-ray crystallography around the work that fed into Watson and Crick's DNA work, and the fact that even today when you talk about DNA, most people know what the name Watson and Crick, but no one knows the name Franklin, I think exemplifies that. I suppose I should declare a non-pecuniary interest at this point and say I've got a young daughter, as most of you know, who's very interested in science. Well, not so young, she's almost 13. Who's very interested in science at the moment and is really loving her science lessons. That's partly due to some very good science teachers who make their lessons really enjoyable, but it's partly because we've been able to access, and we're fortunate enough as a family to be able to access a number of things like the Science Museum or other activities like that. I know many families in this town aren't able to do that, and I think as a council it would be great if we could get together and make sure that in the gap that exists now that Science Alive has gone, that STEM learning isn't lost from the town and isn't lost from the future Watsons, the future Cricks, the future Franklins. Thank you.
Happy to go to the vote?
Yeah.
As a name one?
Yes.
Name vote?
Yes.
So the vote is on the second amendment. I call them names in order. Councillor Carter.
4.
Councillor Chubb.
4.
Councillor Clark.
4.
Councillor Danvers.
4.
Councillor Dunn.
4.
Councillor Durkin.
4.
Councillor Edwards.
4.
Councillor Hall.
4.
Councillor Harvey.
4.
Councillor Ingle.
4.
Councillor Chesart.
4.
Councillor A. Johnson.
4.
Councillor E. Johnson.
4.
Councillor S. Johnson.
4.
Councillor Livings.
4.
Councillor Mason.
4.
Councillor Mullard.
In the spirit of cross-party cooperation. 4.
Councillor Perry.
4.
Councillor Purton.
4.
Councillor Shears. Councillor Souter.
4.
Councillor Stratton.
4.
Councillor Stevens.
4.
Councillor Toll.
4.
Councillor Vince.
4.
Councillor Wake.
4.
Councillor Wilkinson.
4.
I make that, Chairman, 24 for, no against and no abstentions.
Mr. Chairman, I know this is out of protocol and I know none of us staying all the best, but I just wanted to share a piece of information. I won't make a political statement, I wanted to share some information about this, if I may, indulge everybody. I told the leader of the council before we moved into this, there are 23 primary schools, pre-secondary schools and Harlow College that support this move, and so we can all go out and be very proud of what we've done here today. So thank you very much indeed, everybody.